Okay, welcome back to Boruto Anime Review, episode 204. This time viewing the 204th episode of the anime, He's Bad News. And, first time in a month I've done this, a new chapter of the manga, because the manga is monthly. Of course it is. First, talk about the episode. He's bad news. Okay, this one covers the rest of chapter 37, goes through the entirety of chapter 38, and goes through the first, I think it's the first, 3 pages of chapter, 39. Let me take a look at it, just to be sure. Yeah, it's, the first, 3 pages of the chapter. It's like they just started to adapt this one with this episode. And the reason why they cover so much in this one episode, because pretty much 90% of this episode is a big action sequence. We have Boruto and Sasuke versus Jagen for the entirety of the episode. We do have occasional cutbacks to basically what Boruto's up to. Well, first time I see Boruto's not until halfway through the episode, where it relates what's going on with Naruto and Sasuke. Yep, where I'll get back to basically this. And there's actually a character who actually didn't appear in the last couple episodes. Mainly due to the fact they cut her out of the episode. They cut her out of the episodes for no reason. Okay, thing starts off. We picked up where we left off last week. We're about to start the epic battle between Naruto Sasuke versus Jagen. Essentially, in wrestling terms, a 2-out-1 handicap match. And they go brawling for a while, and of course, he knows exactly what's going to, and of course, he really wants to kill both of them. And then, of course, time to get serious. Bring out Shizo. Yeah. As far as I can tell for the anime, this I think is the first time in the actual main series. If you just watch the anime, this is the first time Sasuke's ever brought this damn thing out. In the manga, he actually did it just in chapter, I think it was 37, I think it was. Yeah, he just did in that one. And when you actually have a close-up on Naruto, because in the actual manga, you just see him from a distance and him doing the little, exclamation point. And the anime actually shows a close-up of his face. Okay. So it brings out the Kurama, the giant Kurama, which, probably from his perspective, he hasn't done this since the Fourth Great War. And in the actual like we did last episodes, anytime he goes to Kurama mode, it looks like he goes to the look of the Sage Six Paths mode, which is a look he had just before the end of the war. It was actually when he was battling Mandara, that was one of the first time he basically used this particular mode. And for some reason, he goes to this instead of basically the pre-mode that he does in the manga. My guess is the reason Para has him use this mode, because they depict him in this. That's probably the reason why. And of course, Sadara herself does appear in this episode, and like usual, she does not wear her manga look. She wears the anime look. In my opinion, it's a much better look for her. The manga look, I've never been a fan of the manga look for Sadara. I like the anime look a lot better, because basically, yes, she's almost a spitting image of her awesome mother, but yeah, the one in the anime is better. So they brawl for quite a while, almost the entire episode. He still, of course, throws chakras at him, and of course, Naruto also does the multi-shot Konjutsu, and of course, you have Sasuke to figure out what his ability is. Shrinking. Yes, his ability is shrinking. He shrinks stuff. He shrinks up these chakra rods, which for some reason they don't refer to these things as chakra rods, despite the fact they are chakra rods. Heck, Sasuke first was rods, and it almost seems as though Naruto is he just, and this is basically true in the manga as well, it's he completely forgot about the fact he's been stabbed by these things before in the pain arc of the series. Yes, it's the writer just basically just forgot to put that in. It's oh crap, not this again. Though from his perspective, it probably hasn't happened to him in 15 years, getting stabbed with a freaking chakra rod. And of course, he gets stabbed more times than he did previously. Oh my gosh! Like in Naruto's Shippuden, he got stabbed 6 times with these damn things. In the anime, he gets stabbed more than that, but he gets basically a chakra pulled right out of him. Yep, and they brawl for quite a while. Meanwhile, though, Kwanaki is basically just sobbing at Naruto's house, and then Sakura comes along because, well, she mentioned, oh yeah, his flowers look good in Himari's vase. And then she gets there, and then this actually is a change from the manga, and I like her reaction. It's like she sees one of the guards basically down, and then she sees Konohamaru, and here she drops the flowers. Excuse me, I think in the manga she just simply stops carrying them. Here she just drops them because Konohamaru is injured, and they actually. Here's another change. I think they don't do this in the manga as far as I remember. No. Where she contacts the medical corps and has Konohamaru and the other guard taken to the hospital. And we also have another anime edition here of Shikamaru. Yes, where he is informed by Ino, who... This is another... Yeah, they made several... Usually... From what I can tell for this episode, usually, from what I can tell, the anime editions for episode were tiny little bits here and there. Like the stuff with Shikamaru and Ino. That's complete and original. It didn't happen in the manga. So I feel like neither Ino or Shikamaru actually appear in the episode. Well, in the case of Shikamaru, he actually shows up in chapter 39, though not in the material they got for the episode. We actually see the trailer for this in next week's episode. So basically, because Naruto disappeared, and it's with a strange chakra, basically jogging his chakra, and of course says, "Give me an investigating team, give me a barrier, form investigation team, and give me a barrier team right away," which does explain stuff that happens in next week's episode. Which I do appreciate the anime add this scene, this little moment in, like this scene in, because it completely justifies exactly like how the heck that Shikamaru basically managed to form his team so quickly to surround the Uzumaki house. Yep. And of course, Boruto on the way to his house, his Kurama disappears. And he's wondering, like, what the heck's going on? And he finally arrives at this house. And he basically notices the damage. And of course, they have it where Kwanaki is looking at, well, he basically is like wondering what the heck is happening. And of course, after the long battle they had this whole episode, we have where Boruto and Sasuke are trapped. Though Sasuke himself basically decide, of course, in the episode, they keep the line where he's like, "Damn that Rinnegan," which not surprising. He would know about the Rinnegan, despite the fact he probably doesn't know who the heck gave him the Rinnegan, because he didn't randomly get it, like some people might get it in the actual series. He was given the Rinnegan, but the Sage of Six Paths. Yeah, just like Boruto's look. Yeah, and apparently Naruto doesn't want to tell Joggin that not the first person he's seen who's used as the Kurama absorbing jutsu. Momoshiki basically is an example of this. Yep, after being pinned down, then of course he decides to like, yeah, I'm basically like, I don't have much time. Of course you see his adamant cracking. Yeah, his adamant is cracking. Then he decides to seal Naruto and Sasuke, though Sasuke himself gets away after some convincing from Naruto, and then he teleports right outside his wife's or outside his apartment, and there's Sakura. And you're probably wondering if you're reading the manga, like, where the heck has Sakura been in this whole arc? I mean, she's been remarkably absent for this portion of the arc for like no reason. Yeah, it's kind of weird that they cut her little subplot out from the actual manga, because there's a minor little plot through they cut out here of Sakura asking her mother about the diamond in her forehead. Excuse me. I mean, unless of course you didn't watch Boruto, what the diamond is in her forehead, that's actually a chakra reserve that she developed when she was studying under Tsunade as a student. Tsunade herself has one too. And this is, of course, she basically built up over the course of time. and allows it to go to like breaking the rules of medical ninjutsu, have this little wavy little thing in her face. That's simply put how they do in the actual like anime itself. Mm-hmm. Yep. And well, yeah, and that's pretty much it. It's a great episode, and I can't wait for next week. Now for news of the manga, Night One. Great color image with Kawanaki wearing a completely different color jacket, because in the anime his jacket is blue, and the color image is brown for some reason. We saw a flashback of him and Code. This is before Code got his little thing over his eye, where he's trying to strangle, well, Kawanaki. That activates his Karama, despite the fact he technically doesn't have. He can't exactly use it. He's basically very weak. And he wakes up and he wakes up to Armando and Sumari, which they actually have in the manga. Her wearing her outfit she wore in the academy. In the anime, she wears a different attire per se, and well, I'm not really sure exactly why the heck they actually have her. Like, I would think though that the manga would be loosely taking inspiration from the anime, basically changing characters' attires. Nope, let's have the characters stay in these attires for like no reason at all. So, like, and of course, like, you okay, Kwanaki? Or tossing? Just a dream is nothing. Still having nightmares about Jock and discipline you sometimes. This one was Code. He was whiny and resentful as usual, even though I'm not a vessel anymore. Your awareness there is wrong. Because then, you're still his vessel, Kwanaki. You're still Izuki's vessel. That will never change. And like Galad's like, really? What are you saying? He told me extinguish. He's like, yeah, something extinguished, but you still have the essence there. Like, really? Don't want to hear it. Your body. Your body remaining ossified is proof of that. And then he simply attacks him with an arm. He, like, apparently at some point his arm got restored. Despite the fact he basically lost the arm during his battle with Delta. So they chat about Code having possibly a imperfect karma, and at the finish chatting like dealing with Delta. Yeah, lowest he can do against Code, like with Delta. Delta's been deactivated. I mean, she's basically unconscious. She's not been seen since Armando basically deactivated her. No, I finished my video here. Just a second.
Pete wants me to bring my computer more. He's messing up. He's got MP4 file to play.
Okay. Alright. Meanwhile, though, he's like, you think it's like thinking that you want power. Take it for yourself, especially to count for good. Brand new power. If karma is truly powerful weapon. And Super's like, a karma that's purely a weapon? You have the base criteria, and I can make it happen. Are you just going to be playing karma again? Exactly. Come on. You know, psychology you want it. And you of all people know how much I absolutely loathe karma. I do indeed. But I also know you're rational when you use any means necessary to achieve your goals, just like me. No way I'm leaving. Just remember, it's all up to you, Kawanaki. Choice in your hands. And then after he leaves, and of course you have Simmergat Kawanaki. Yeah, this is the same one we got to think for Boruto. And then we cut to I'm trying to think what was her name. Let's see. There was actually the name of the chapter. Ida. Yes. Cut to Ida and Code. What they're having a conversation. Poor Kawanaki, he truly cares for the Hokage. Code's basically there with a nice suit on. And of course Ida's like, seems like in distress over he's helpless. all helplessness, being able to protect Okage from you. It's too painful for me to watch. Code. Why don't you consider letting Okage out the hook? God's like, sorry, no. He's my god. Who? Yeah, it says to kill the guy, whatever. Hold on, you promised not to kill Kwanaki. I know, I'm making a special exception for him out of respect for you. That's why I can't budge on the Okage. Even though I'm talking, I can't kill him with my own hands. Alright, fine. Make sure Kwanaki doesn't find out I'm involved. I don't want him to hate me. And Bug's like, crazy freak. Just wondering, how long have you been sticking around? And she's like, stop spilling small stuff. I need a refill. You're so gushy. Coming right up. How dare you order me about? I killed 2 guards. There are 6 more getting in this room. I'm soldier here. Where are you? Better. Might be bothered to find you awake. Right. You should hurry and get going. I'll take care of matters here. It's no big deal. No one can get their hands on me. What's the rush? It's true. I'm still drawing you in such a natural way. I still find it hard to believe that it's due to your ability. Need to act. Take it easy. He goes out saying, gotta get Kwanaki are being guarded on the clock. Plus, the 5 villagers are hunting code. Right, what's the plan? We take our time. An opportunity bound to present itself. My surrogate clairvoyant eyes will spot it. Yeesh. We breeze. There's limited percentage. She just says limited percentage. Oh well. I guess the way I guess Okage and Uchiha if we can fight in 1-on-1. By the way, don't come on combo. I just only formed Taijutsu. For real? I buy Amazing Fire too. Till ops begin. I don't like gazing rubber acts. I like painting. I see. So delicate. Get her grip, She's making you soft, you fool. Aren't you ashamed? That's why you all roll in line. I'll be your eyes and ears in return. You be my guardian knight. You're a knight. Sure, works for me. What if he finds out alone when Kwanaki tries to kill you? Seriously? What a detestable question. And he's like, it's not that possible. Kwanaki and Boruto are Kuski. You can't below them. That's why it's appalling, yet you can also work against you, it does me. I suppose I was hoping to avoid this, but come, Miko, I'd like you to see my other knight. And you have Kwanaki just walking to the village. And just by sheer coincidence, Shikadai just happens to be walking by. There's the ship's like, calm down, relax. Alright, just walk. And of course starts talking to Shikadai, which is interesting because he's only interacted with Shikadai like once prior to this, and that was with a card shop. And then we have an interesting conversation between Sumri and Armando. What was that about, Oliver? About why Kwanaki's coming? You ever mean? So, Kwanaki, are you listening? What I don't get is your intent. Did you wish me my assistant in order to spy on me? That's what Shikamaru be doing. Please don't change the subject. You're doing it too. But fine. As you all know, Karma was deleted. However, I had mentioned earlier, the custody that was done to his body still remains. In short, nothing will change. Let's take Wacky Best to a house. Carby house door. While walking, whatever. Meanwhile, she's lifespan runs out and still extinguished. You see it now? Oh, a door, house that exists. Inside the house, Ishi powered continues to sleep. Maybe scratching up thing instead of scratch. Reopen door much. Reconsu. Mean you can't reconstruct Koraki's cover? That's how I put it. Oh wow. So we love it. There's no reasons. We love it to her. We just got comment. And of course then we cut to seeing Code and Ida walk into this other tank. The other one, the one that's basically destroyed, had eaten it. Like, who is this one? And it's empty. And he's done it again. And this is so funny. Like, it's a little kid. Hey, who are you? Sit, you sis, new man. And question, don't code. I wouldn't attack him. Hey sis, this was a nice ride. Yep. Hop off, demon. No jumping on stranger. You better be serious. My feelings are slowly make her cry. Yeah, he's just a friend. Come on, he's clearly not my type. What, for real? Aw. No, really. No way. There he is. Hey, bud, what are you doing here? Then the ones kill the guards? Or those little birds, cyborgs. Get all you're gonna be killed. What? It's bug a hostage or something. A black cape. Shooter. Ours to dispose of them. Merge. Get rid of them. Yep, and one of them basically loses their head. What the? Yep, and then slowly get killed by Demon. Yep, a lot of them get killed. Is he reflecting his opponents? He's stronger. The intent to kill, more powerful reaction. A foe simply picturing the killing scene will cause the result to be instantly reflected on him or her. You be here for two, Code. What a formidable kid. Whee! Woo! Let me introduce my one other knight. And actual little brother, Demon. And then we cut back to summary in a minute. First, I felt something off when they returned from Iski. You immediately check a quantity opening in. You appeared profoundly relieved he was okay, yet you seemed more motivated by something other than his more concern for his welfare. The truth is, I still wish your sister went on free will. I'm very well aware of quantity and Boruto. Plus, you're really smart or stupid, which is it? If you stayed silent, you may have drawn more intel. Understand strategy? And we see Kwanaki staying on top of Naruto's head. And Sumeri says, so, are you plotting something? And he says, so, you are just stupid. Really? You're saying Sasumari is stupid. A girl was kind of like a girl genius when it comes to this series. And the fact she worked for one of the other... I'm surprised she switched from being assistant to Karasuchi to like somebody else. I thought that was kind of weird. Yeah. I'm thinking like, when the heck did she... It was kind of weird to like... Because she was last scene she was assistant to this other guy. And now she's into a Mondo. Well, for her reasoning, the reason why, because she's worried about Boruto and Kwanaki, which makes total sense because of the whole Karama stuff. Fine. But when the heck did this happen? Like, it just, like... Maybe when the anime gets to this, they'll probably have a scene that basically has it where he transfers from working for the Hidden Leaf Scientific Ninja Tools work with Amando. Yep. Good chapter, definitely. And, well, we'll give this one roughly a 9.5 out of 10. Excellent chapter. Can't wait for the next chapter, which comes out a month from now. As for the next episode, that'll come out next week, which will be episode 205. Which, do I think that's a wrap up this arc? No, it won't. Yep, so yeah, that's it for Sick Love You. Stay tuned for tomorrow for possibly a comic corner and the start of my review series for To Love Through Darkness. There's no reason why I can't do it tomorrow, because I have day off tomorrow, so I'm going to do it tomorrow, okay? Next video. Bye.